everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all, y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on Bronx drill rapper DThang being picked up in Miami for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
Now off the streets as investigators tie their ballistics to at least 6 different shootings, calling the gang members, who they say pulled the triggers, ruthless.
These defendants allegedly engaged in gun violence, committing 6 shootings, one of which injured a rival gang member.
Yeah, Muddy, don't do that, Muddy. Don't do that, Muddy.
And the crazy part is, they can't even really have guns. The gun laws in New York is crazy, and they still be getting off like this. So this should just tell you that these YNs don't care.
The morning boot walked in the top of Blizzard. That's the job of mission. New op in the air, that's the job of kicking like.
This gang would shoot at their ops in the vicinity of schools.
It is funny as hell. I'm saying ops is crazy.
Even in close proximity to Times Square.
Yo! He said, yo! Oh!
This tan and black gun tracked on social media and YouTube, where investigators say gang members posing as aspiring rappers bragged about violence, targeting their rivals, and animal cruelty.
New York drill is in shambles after Ricos have literally destroyed the genre by locking up the biggest artists.
They ain't playing that.
Specifically in the Bronx, the rivalry between DThang and K-Flock was worth millions. But instead of lavish mansions and expensive cars, both rappers ended up on Rikers Island in neighboring cells. Back in 2022, DThang was one of 23 gang members from River Park Towers, or commonly known as RPT, to be indicted. Charges range from conspiracy to commit murder, attempted murder, possession of weapons, multiple shootings, and even killing a pigeon on live. DThang would be sentenced to 3 to 5 years in New York State prison and be released in early 2024.
Yeah.
Everyone was under the impression that Bronx drill was back and more powerful as ever after it appeared French Montana signed DThang, gifting him not only a chain, but allegedly $1 million in cash.
What's going on? Like, real shit. Stop with shit.
Hold on, man. Let me get you one. Welcome to the family, brother.
Big boy.
Welcome to the
I know that.
Coke Boys family.
I know that. Look at my
heart. Yeah. Welcome back. Yeah.
But things aren't always as they seem, and DThang would clarify in an interview with DJ Academics that he isn't signed. It would need $5 million to even consider it.
Wait, are you signed to French?
Damn, you need $5 million?
Nah, bro. Shout out to my son French though. Nah.
What you need right now to sign like a label, man? What Atlantic need to pay you? Or Capital? You know, Capital been tracking everybody.
It's gonna keep going up. God, buddy. It's just gonna keep going up.
Yeah, what you want?
I need like 5 right now. That's how I feel it.
5 M's?
5 right now.
5 M's, bro?
Right now.
Unfortunately, since his release, DThang's songs have yet to reach the level he was hitting before his incarceration. It's almost as if the rivalry between him and K-Flock is what kept the fans wanting more music.
Right.
And without that rivalry, many have seemed to lose interest.
And I should tell you niggas that people don't really care. All they want to see is y'all go at it and beef. They not really there to listen to you individually. They just here to see what y'all diss each other, which op gonna die next, and y'all put who y'all put in the air. That's all they doing. You see how, like I said, he was popping, he got out, then his music ain't been hitting the same since him and K-Flock ain't going at it no more. That should tell you that people don't care for real. They just want to see y'all beef and go ahead and y'all be dumbass.
Now DThang has found himself back in handcuffs, back in court, and possibly facing even more prison time. June 29th, 2025, 22-year-old Daniel Collins, aka DThang, was booked into Miami's TGK Correctional Center on one count of being a felon in possession of a firearm. A crime we've seen time and time again committed by rappers, especially those visiting Miami.
Right.
A YouTube channel by the name of Rocky would upload a video of DThang's first court appearance.
I didn't even know this.
Would grant a $15,000 bond. With only 10% needed for release, DThang would only have to pay $1,500.
$1,500, right?
So why has he remained in jail the last few days?
Is it Mr. Collins?
Mr. Daniel Collins.
How you doing?
It looks like he was released from prison last year, and that crime also involves a firearm.
But he has probation, is what you're saying?
Right, it says parole. He may be on parole because it says 1826, and then it says parole discharge 1825. So he may have gotten off of parole in January.
The judge would go over if DThang fully completed his parole from prison, or if the state technically still had custody over him. As parole is nothing more than doing time, just in the free world. Looking at the Miami-Dade jail site, it would appear DThang has a fugitive warrant from out of state requiring extradition. I'm going to go as far as taking a guess that DThang was on some form of parole, violated with this new offense, and now New York State is requesting he be extradited back to face punishment. If this is true, this wouldn't even be the worst punishment he faces. Being a felon in possession of a firearm in the state of Florida carries up to 15 years in state prison with a 3-year minimum mandatory sentence, meaning you're doing 3 years mandatory on top of whatever the judge adds on. But being a felon in possession is also a 922G, the federal law that prohibits felons from
makes it unlawful for a prohibited person to ship, transport, possess, or receive firearms and ammunition. See, that's the thing, bro. I understand you a gangster, you know, you a drill rapper, but like, bro, you're not at home no more. You don't need the firearm. You in Miami, bro. If you really feel that you need protection, bro, get you some security and let them carry the guns. Then it's Miami, bro. Ain't too much going on in Miami, bro. You around beautiful women, good food, and partying, and yachts, and water. You don't need to have a gun on you in Miami, bro. I know you a celebrity and all that, but bro, if you anything can go happen, but like, come on, bro, it ain't going down like that all the time in Miami, bro. Certain parts of Miami, yeah, you know, Broadway and all that, you know, that really ain't Miami. But come on, bro. If you really need to feel safe, get you some security with the guns on them. That way you ain't even gotta do this. You can just walk around freely, bro.
Possessing firearms. Pooh Shiesty would be a great example in this case. He was sentenced to over 5 years in federal prison for a gun
that nigga may go for 10
charge in Miami. What this means is, depending on how strong the evidence is against DThang, he may face a federal indictment and the possibility of up to 10 years in federal prison. If a gun was found on him, he's pretty much done, as there isn't any room for an argument aside from an illegal search. But if a gun was found near him, or even better, near multiple people but nobody claimed it, that would fall under constructive possession, and his defense would stand a much stronger chance. Either way, guns in hip-hop have seemingly either killed rappers or killed their careers, as nobody prospers behind bars. It will always be cheaper to get a gun than hire security, but the risk by far is not worth the reward. Very rarely have we seen rappers defend themselves with a gun, and ironically, that's exactly why DThang's main enemy, K-Flock, is going to prison. He was approached by a rival who was armed, killed him in self-defense, but still found himself indicted and facing forever. We'll just have to wait and see how this plays out for DThang. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be blunt. Like I said, bro has some fire music and hands down has the best off the radar freestyle out of any fucking body. I still feel like he holds that title. I haven't seen anything on Off the Radar that compares to when DThang went up there. You just felt it, you know what I mean? You could feel it. He's talking about getting out of the hood. Like, it's just everything about that freestyle was legendary. The music, mid-beef, was crazy. But the fact that K-Flock wasn't in the streets and he got out and went back to making music, it just wasn't hitting the same, and the views are evidence of that, you know? I don't know, and I don't think anyone knows at this time, the full details as to what took place with the gun. We don't know if he got caught dead to rights with it. We don't know if it was in the car. We don't know if it was on the ground and there was 10 people and they snatched everybody and DThang was one of them. We don't know the details. That's gonna be major though. But I'll say this. If he gets federally indicted, he's doing time. And
Yeah,
the
he definitely
average
doing
time for being a felon in possession of a firearm federally that they get sentenced to is about 4 to 5 years.
Yep.
Career killer. He just wrapped up whatever he did, like 3. Get hit with another 5 on top of that.
I mean,
Career's done. The whole music scene done changed. All these new rappers are coming up. It's a career killer, you know? And it's like I said, yeah, it's cheaper to buy a gun. It's cheaper to get a gun from the streets.
They get security. I understand,
But the thing
yeah.
is this, right? Investing in security is investing in yourself. Your safety for one, and your security in the fact that you're not gonna get locked the fuck up.
Oh,
I know a lot of people feel better having their own shit because no one's gonna do it for you like you will. But there's a reason Floyd Mayweather isn't walking around carrying guns. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, there are some situations like King Von. King Von is said to have had hired security the night he was killed. That's a terrible situation. But
see, with that situation, you spitting facts, Jake. You spitting nothing but facts. But with that situation, Von did that on his own. I don't think, like I said, I don't think people took into account for what Von's going to do. And nobody thought Lil Tim was gonna hop out and shoot Von. You feel me? So I get you, but you is spitting facts though. But like I said, bro, hiring security is investing in yourself. I know you niggas just gangsters, super tough, y'all. You gotta keep it on you. But like, bro, you in Miami, bro. Like I said, you in Miami. You're not at home no more. So like, even in New York, you can't. Y'all don't have guns like that. It's now it didn't change, but most time y'all was out here. You feel me? Poking people up. Like it's like I said, it just we don't like I said we don't know the full extent what happened, who had it, like I said, but Jake is spitting facts though.
like I said, Floyd Mayweather doesn't have to carry a gun.
Yeah,
he's got a shitload of security.
Shitload of security, but the
president doesn't have to carry a gun. He's got the Secret Service. So it's like, yes, it costs, but like I said, it's an investment. You're gonna make way more money in the streets without having to go to court and fighting cases,
right?
Or being incarcerated and being stuck inside a fucking jail. And the fact that they want to extradite him, most likely to New York,
crazy.
He's gonna have to deal with that shit. So he's gonna go from Miami-Dade County Jail back to Rikers Island before anything gets figured out. And then if the extradition shit in New York is whatever, and the feds decide to step in, now he's gonna go back to Florida and he's gonna be in the Miami Federal Detention Center until that gets figured out. The whole situation is fucked. So for the youth out there, don't do any dumb shit. Keep your record clean until you can legally carry. Florida, 21 years old. You can carry your Glock, your extendo, whatever the fuck. All that is legal. Just don't do anything that would make it illegal. And if you're a rapper, stop blowing the money on strippers and jewelry. Blow it on security. The people that are going to keep your career intact, your safety a priority. It is an investment, and it is an investment in you. But hey, let me know y'all thoughts and comments in the comment section. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, y'all rocking with me. Till next time.
Yeah, y'all heard what Jake said. You rappers stop blowing on these studers, jewelry and all this other. Get you some security. You feel me? So y'all ain't got to do this, especially if y'all really in the streets and are so-called members. And y'all already done got time on y'all hands. Y'all done did time. Y'all felons. Like, bro, it just... But they don't be thinking, bro. They just thinking like, hey, I can't go out like that. I got to have my own. But, bro, it's just like... It's your worth, your time, and freedom. You can make money for your people, stay out the streets and do this and be free. Or I'm going to carry this gun and possibly get caught. Because you know the police be looking. Any wrong thing, pull over. Now you cooked again, like I said. But look at Pooh Shiesty. Career killer. When he get out, ain't nobody going to be listening to Pooh Shiesty no more probably. Like I said, y'all just got to think, bro. It ain't worth it. Like I said, like, hey, get you some security, bro, and you can be free. You can do whatever you want. That's like get you some security that you know that are trained to do this, trained to shoot on sight. Like I said all the time, bro. Like you like the rappers go back to their cities, bro, getting popped up. Like nah, bro, get you some security, bro. Make sure they know what's going on. They gotta know what you into. Make sure you like, hey, you pay them to do this job. Make sure they watch you 24/7. Not, oh, you watch me for this day, then you can leave. No, 24/7 security all day, every day. When you in these towns and cities, you'll be good. You ain't got to carry your own firearms. Being a convicted felon, it's not worth it, man. But like I said, shout out to Jake though, man. You know, we gonna see what happens, and I'll catch you on the next one, man. If y'all can check out my second channel, it's D.SHELTONTV. The link's in the description.